Alright, so hello everyone, welcome to the stream. We're doing the model touch-ups today. Namely, the first part is actually to add a essential under chin to the chin portion. So I've actually got the CSV version, which is the version that, well, one includes the ruler, because I need the ruler for all of these symmetrical parts, namely around the head, and we'll be using it here as well. And all of the parts are not squashed down, so there might be some differences from the PSD version and the final version. Namely, I think the mouth ended up moving up a bit in terms of where I wanted it to sit. Won't be moving anything specifically in here, but I do need to... Alright, the ears got turned off because they're never seen anyway. Need to add somewhere a shading layer. Also need a my mask layer. Let me just actually shove my mask in here. Oh, wait. Oh, right. That should be fine. Great ball, I need a mask. We're just gonna throw this into here. Alright, so... Where'd that go? That went here. Oh, is that fine? No, we want this at the top. Okay, so the mask exists. I'm actually going to center this to... Oh, I need to put this in here, but I want to center to a ruler. Ah, jeez, where'd it go? Alright. We're just going to center this to a ruler so that I have this centered within the model file when it ultimately reaches there. But the core part that needs to be changed is the under chin. We need an extra, what you will call it, layer there. If the eyes aren't synced, it's because the tracking software isn't very good at tracking past glasses, especially when the camera looks at you at an angle. And my camera permanently looks at me at an angle, which is why my personal model only shows one eye. It's actually the core reason behind the design. Okay. Let's make a new layer. Okay. So we're gonna have essentially a under chin shade. If you actually look at the VTube Studio and other equivalent softwares, including the ones for 3D models, they'll basically tell you to put the camera right in front of you and have it so that you're neutral when you stare at it. But I definitely do not do that. Why did I hear... Hello there, my alert did not go off on screen, but I heard it. How are you doing? Why did that not go off on screen? Okay, I'm not going to question that, but hello there. We're doing some touch-ups to a model for the Lunar New Year, which is tomorrow, which is why I'm doing it now. Do I want this to be clipping down, really? No, let's have this not clip down for a moment so that I can work with it a bit easier. Alright, so we need the skin... Wait, is this the color I was using? That doesn't look right. Hold up. Let's see, multiply, and what does this look like if this is snapping? It'll work. Okay, so going to, basically, why is this not going onto the... Oh, no, it's going over, okay. So we need basically a layer like this. We're just going to make it blue for now, just so that I can actually see what we're working with. So basically, we need the under chin portion that comes up below the chin. And then we want to lighten this part. So if the okay, so let me explain it this way. Ignoring jiggle physics, let me just make a new folder and your file to show this off, actually, because I think this is actually something I want to make a video on, because it seems like it's just a concept a lot of people have. The way I would explain it is always draw it separate, but not just for things that need to move around and jiggle. Because basically, when you have your model, your deformer in Live2D, I mean, I don't know if you're doing the rigging, so, but this is something good to know as artists anyway. Your deformer can, once I give myself an actual color to work with, only move one layer at a time. So, in order to not make it flat, it's pretty much always better that anything, let's say that we have on this Z-axis, so this is X, this is Y, your layers are basically layered one in front of the other along the Z-axis. So let me just get rid of this box. This box is completely useless. No matter how little the protrusion is, basically anything that isn't on the same Z point should be a different layer. So let's say this is the breasts and this is the chest back here. Because the breasts stick out from the chest, let's say the chest, for intensive purposes, is a flat surface. Like, it's not entirely flat, obviously, but let's call it a flat surface. Because the breasts are a protrusion that comes out from the chest, you pretty much always want to separate it because you can't create or it's fundamentally easier to create the 3D effects of just the motion even before you consider physics. Like the actual deformation of the two shapes on top of each other is simpler. Usually, I would say, no matter how flat your character is, as people like to say it is a good idea to keep it separated, no matter what kind of protrusion it is. 'Cause, like, even for like a badge or something, like say this is your, instead of saying this is your breast layer and this is your chest layer, this is just like your shirt, and on top of it, let's say you have a badge that maybe you have the 3D effects on the edges that give it like a bit of depth. Then you want the badge separated onto the outside. Like, the general rule for Live2D art is just separate everything if it's not on the same Z plane. Is that explained well? Another way to look at it is like, say if we have we're having a top-down view of the y-axis. So this is the y-axis. Because in theory, let's say this is your chest. So this is the chest right here, this one line. Your breasts will be like here. Well, alright, we'll do a pair of this, here and here. When you actually turn this, what actually happens is that you need your chest to deform like this around the y-axis, and then you need like this to deform more. This motion here for the breast is actually like a lot bigger than just like the small motion of turning the layer below it. So to create the 3D effect, regardless, you'll need to have the parts separated. Also, unless you hate your rigger, it just makes it easier for them. It might sound like more work because there's more layers, but it just makes it easier for them. And they'll generally appreciate it. So that is one thing. Talking about Live2D stuff, so it's a specialized skill essentially, so if it sounds very technical, it is very technical. And my bot isn't working, is it? Why is the YouTube bot always so much slower than the Twitch one? So I can't remember if I actually hold on, let me just I don't think I did any like big breast physics on this model and I still kept it separated. That's also largely did I turn all my physics stuff off or did I change the names of them? Yes, I am multi-streaming right now. Did I turn these off? What happened to my body X? Body X rotation to body X output. Why is this not tracking? Why is nothing tracking? Wait, what? Why did my file break? Well, that's not good. Let me just spread this out. Where is this? Do I have breast stuff here? I don't think I do. I think I said it was small chest and then tight clothing that'll keep it in place. Wait, why is my stuff not... What happened to my parameters? Why is my stuff not tracking? My body X is still in here. Why is it not moving? Oh wait. Okay, now it's moving. Yeah, I said no to breast physics with this one, I think. But the layers themselves, we come down to about here. You'll see here that I still have the breast on the jacket outside separated from the body, and then the dress underneath that you can't even see is separated as well, because it just makes life a lot easier. Because you actually look at the what is it? The top part here, this body motion portion basically only turns like the bit underneath and completely disregards what would happen from the protrusion on top. Okay, I apologize. I need to actually step away for a moment. I hope that explanation was good, but I need to step away for a moment. Alright, okay, I got sidetracked a little bit. Okay, so this has to go. Just a small recap to start off here. Want the I don't have the skin layer. The under chin color here. Going to stretch it out quite far. It's going to clip to the head layer, and only the head layer, ideally. The problem is what it's going to do to the neck layer, and ideally it should not go over the neck layer. That only 2 layers I'll probably need, probably. Alright, let us open. Where is Alright, the PSD version of this. Okay, so I need to take essentially just this, and where's my copy these 2 layers, and we're just gonna dump them. Honestly, I could just move the mask around. It's honestly fine. We're just gonna dump them into here. Oh right, you need to be not blue. Oh, that's a sharp color. Oh, that's a lot sharper than I thought it'd be. Oh, that is a really sharp. I didn't even look at this. Okay, we want this to be maybe a tad more into the brown. Well, do we? Actually, let's just test this first. Alright, so we're going to save this. Okay, so save all of that, go over to here, and where is this? Dump this in. Okay, so that gives us the gave me the right brow again. Okay. Just get rid of all this crap. Okay, so this needs to go into not the face but the head shape. We're just gonna dump this into here because it's basically on the same layer regardless. Did I give it a name? What'd I call it? I gave it a name, right? Let's see. Yeah, under chin. Where did it go? Where did it go? Wait, hold up, what? Why did I go into hair shadows? I didn't tell you to go into hair shadows. Go into head shape. Okay. So this will end up above the head color. We want it to only clip to head color, so we're going to tell this to clip to that. Okay, this might actually need to go upside down, maybe. Because what we need from this is... Oh, that's not what I want. Okay, let us not clip this down for a moment, because I need to be able to see. Okay, let's see, we want to... I'm just gonna redo this. It doesn't have to be as accurate of a curving layer as what I do with the hair. So we're gonna go ahead and just give it a kind of curve capable mesh going around the edges. Do we need some extra control points? Not really, right? It just needs to be a shading layer. I'll see what that does to it. Alright, so that exists. We're gonna tell it to clip to the head color. And then by default, because this is going to have a head motion. Well, let me just get this in. Wait, do stuff. Okay. We want these to sit with the head shape. Let's say. Okay, so we've got the chin color. So we've got the under chin shade, and then we also have the mask. So this will be the neck to head mask. Does this need? Wait, what kind of? Did I stick it like right behind everything? No, it's up here. Okay. We're just going to not lock defaults for a moment so I can just... We're not going to lock defaults for a moment so I can just grab you and just shift you down to about here. Also, you need to be about, like... Oh, I didn't move the thing. I just moved the whole deformer, the parent deformer down, so you're about here. We're going to bring you down to like about... here. So basically when things begin to happen, head motion. Do I have extra jaw motion on this model? Can't actually remember. Well, regardless, create the head motion layers here. Do I need a 2? I don't need a 2x3 here because it's 2x2. Gonna create the head motion here. We're going to give it the... We're gonna give it the Y output because this is where it's actually important. When you lift the head, basically what I want is for... just lock the defaults. For this to move up to about... Oh. Do I need this above the mouth? I do need this above the mouth covers. Where are the mouth covers? Mouth cover... Where's the mouth parts? You need to be above the mouth parts. Okay. It shouldn't be a problem in theory as the mouth opens. Wait. It may be a problem as the mouth opens, but we'll deal with it. So basically you create this general area here, and then what happens is that this will move up and cover the line through like here. We'll actually give the ball a bit of shape if required, but at the current stage it is not required, so then we want to tell the headline to clip to... Let me just actually get this name. We're going to tell it to clip to this thing. So we'll tell headline to clip to here. And invert that. So basically when this happens, what should happen is that the whenever the ball moves up and covers the not equal on two sides. Why is it not equal to two sides? Well, that's scary. That this line will move out of Did I just... Okay, the locker, good. Oh yeah, I changed my shortcut keys. I kind of forgot about that. Just gonna stretch this up a little bit. And then when it moves down, it needs to get out of the way. So this just needs to get out of the way. The under chin part needs to get out of the way. And those are two core functions that it needs to be able to provide. We can have this little bit here. Honestly, this doesn't really affect anything, but you know what, let's just shift this a little bit. That's fine. It's not really that big a problem. And then we want to give it the HID XY output, which is my shade isn't that intense here. We do want to bring the bore up so that let's turn the hair down a bit. Hello there. So whenever the head is turned, what we need, I probably should have made the ball smaller by default because this is huge, is the ball needs to get into here and essentially block out this part of the line. I'm still getting used to the fact I changed my shortcut keys, holy shit, this feels so weird. We need the block out like here. And I just need to make sure it doesn't... Right. That's always a problem. How do I deal with that? I need just to come from below if I need to affect the... I'll use a separate one. I could just make 3 of these and just use them separately, because that will solve a lot of problems and actually keep them out of the way of each other and not have to warp around the chin. Oh yeah, something breathing. Just like looking at the model in my stream feed. I haven't added breathing to this model. What's the best way to deal with this? Do I just use free bores? Free bores guarantees that they won't get in the way of each other. And I don't have to work around the chin, which is probably the most annoying part. That feels so stupid though. And then I also need to keep into account what happens in the diagonals. Is there a way I can... Might also help if I didn't use a ball, but it's a good shape to generally work with. Should I use the square so I could just jab the corner into there? Probably see if there's any like general suggestions for stuff like this. What shape the mask should be. The problem right now is that this thing is crossing over the top of the chin as the chin is turning. It's like the most unnecessary problem ever. Oh yeah, this model's using the advanced slip sync. Forgot about that. Well, that's such a pain in the butt. Because the mask will occur even if the layer itself has no opacity. Might just have to be really aggressive with the keyframing here. I can say, like, until hmm. Okay, what happens if I reflect this? Okay, then it sits into that spot. Which is actually where I do need it. The problem is this. I could just aggressively tell it that at 0.5 and 0.5 to just be at neutral. That is one way to go about it. So that it just like launches itself upwards once, basically once the chin has had time to clear the the required portion of the head, it will move. Oh wait, I'm not showing this on screen. Hold on. This way. Wait, that seam. Is that seam still visible if this is turned down? Not really. Oh, I do need the heat shade. The more aggressive part of the shading. Okay, so when this is occurring, I need you to be like. Problem is that I can't really see this piece. What was my thing set to? What did I set this to? It's like this. Okay. I really don't feel like I actually need this like 2x3. How do I? Oh, fuck's sake! What was this? I don't know. So basically, I need the actual skin color that goes between. Oh, for fuck's sake! This is just annoying. 2x3. The actual skin color that goes between the chin and the neck to be defined. I really don't even need the 2x2, honestly. Just kind of need the 3x3. Can I did not. Okay, now the problem is what happens along the way. Actually, this is fine. This is perfect. So we want to reflect this onto the other side. Hopefully, I did mirror this mesh exactly, so it should just sit right on the other side. So now we have the neck. Probably want this to be a little bit more this way. So we'll have, yeah, want to be about like here. Just reflect down to the other side. It's a little bit. I don't really have much power over that, do I? What can I do about that? Okay, another way to go about this is to take this, bring it out to the negative 0.5. And then go mwah, downwards. So this is a straight vertical rise up to here. That might be the only realistic choice, unfortunately, that I have here. Reflect that. So now it moves aside and then moves up. Very forced, but it kind of has to when you're dealing with stuff like this. Okay, so when this is occurring, what we need is to very sharply be able to see the underside of the chin. Which is probably about up to here. Not particularly well done. And we need the mask itself to sit. Probably like... Oh, don't do that. Close to there. Probably a little bit more this way, so we have a little bit more. Actually, we almost don't want the chin part of the line, because the chin itself is actually here. I don't know what this is. Do you know a way that really facilitates that, though? We'll just settle with that for now. And we'll tell these two to reflect against the Y motion here. So that sits on both sides. Let's just see how offensive that is. That's usually the best way to go about it, right? The hair's a little bit transparent right now, but... it's a little bit offensive. Alright, where was that? Here and in here. Okay, as offensive as the hair is currently covering. That's also a factor. Oh, right, because this gets pulled along the head. That's not very good. What can I do about that? Where I've drawn it is also like causing a little bit of a problem, so I'll have to work around that fact because I'm not really too familiar with exactly how to do the under chin portion of the actual up layer. Oh, that's why I was kind of worried about this giant theme. Although it's also very unrealistic to reach this point of the actual transformation, which might help it a little bit, but... This is also way too fast. I think like... let's just say the 0.5 point, we're going to add a point here for this. We're just going to say we're going to not move until you hit 0.5. There's a much quicker motion between there and there. Also, I think I might just need to turn this down in general. This is kind of aggressive. Actually, where's the hit shading? How strong is the hit shading? It's only like 30. Well, that's like way less offensive. I mean, it was okay at 75 as well, but... It looks okay from far away. And I think the mask might be going up too quickly as well. So let's take this, go to 0.5, add a point. Add a point, and then pop it right into here. So this also takes, doesn't just like shoot up before the chin would. Actually, chin probably shouldn't. Might even be up to like here before you should start not seeing the chin. Oh wow, that's horrific. Until you should get under the chin. Should actually also be the same for here. And this is very like forced way of doing it, but also might be a problem that my coloring here isn't quite as sharp either. But that kind of works. Alright. So, next, do I actually have a breathing parameter in here? I don't. Right. Now the real question is, shall I try and be lazy? I'm gonna try and be lazy. I don't have like any breathing parameters, right? Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and make a. Should I actually go above the body Y? I think I'm actually gonna put above the body Y. I breathe. Actually, it's gonna be so above the body Y. I think I'm actually gonna put it above the head and the upper body, so that everything just moves together. Gonna be a very right, because my arm decenters everything. God damn it. Alright, you come this way. It's a good thing I have like the center point that I can like kind of line this up against. Is that close enough? Close enough, alright. Actually, is there a way to quickly center things? I thought there was. I'm pretty sure there actually was something to quickly center against. Was there not? Pretty sure there was. Wasn't there? Whatever. Alright. So we're gonna cheat a little bit. We're just gonna bring this up to about where the chest is. Maybe up there. We're going to give it the breathing parameter, and we're just gonna go ahead and very lightly, let's just make a snapshot. We're not going to do anything too complex. We're just going to let everything stretch out a little bit to facilitate the breathing. It's not really worth the effort to overly do the breathing. Alright, let me just pump this back out again, just see how it feels once it's in practice. Why's my... what? Why's my texture atlas not generated now? I mean, I need to add new files to my texture atlas, but why is my texture atlas not generated now? How far back is this file? All my motions in... wait, are all my motions in? Oh, for fuck's sake. Time to be paranoid. Alright, we're gonna need several of these anyway, so we're not gonna bother trying to carefully Tetris everything in. We're just gonna throw it in there, let it do its thing, and we'll let it figure it out from there. Basically, if the last texture atlas has a lot of white space, let's be real, you're not going to be able to fit everything from that texture atlas probably into the little bits of gaps that the automatic layout left you. There's still like a lot of parts on the last page anyway, so you might as well just have the extra page. Alright, page 3. Let's just see how much extra space I have and see if it's worth trying to form this glorious puzzle. There's only 2 new layers, and I mean, now some of these pieces are kind of big. Yeah, it's not worth it. We'll just put that through. I think I need to change how I do the eyes somewhat. Alright, let's export for runtime. I should wait. Oh, whoops. That doesn't cancel. I haven't actually checked all the motions. But this is the most recent. Wait, no, I did save the backup when I had to pull the backup over the top, so it should be everything. I'll see. I'll just let us do this thing for a moment. Is this... what's this? This is after I reduced the motion of the arms a little bit. I have the arm wire response, which is minimal. Then I decided to not add an arm response, which makes... I'm still deciding if I want to just copy this arm over to the other side. I didn't want a symmetrical pose, but I don't know how I'm feeling about having that arm rest on the side so crisply like that. Should probably let it swing a bit more during some motions. Okay, it looks like everything's actually in there. Let me just do that. Alright, I'll let that run for a moment. Okay. What? Why's my graphics card freaking out? Is my graphics card freaking out or my memory freaking out? My memory's freaking out. Why's my memory freaking out? It's because I still have Clip Studio open. What else is using this? Why is this Windows Explorer using 40? 40 mix isn't that much. It's just because I have... No, Clip Studio's not even using that much. It's just that Live2D is using like approximately 80%, which is kind of normal, but... Alright, let's see. We want everything but the CMO3, and we want the texture file. Replace all of that. Okay, then we're just gonna go, why is it using so much memory? Alright, let me just close Clip Studio. It's Live2D by itself, basically using up all my memory. So, let's see. I really just need to get bigger RAM sticks. That's also not been it hasn't been a substantial enough problem for me to really feel like I need to invest in it, because I just need. It's one of those things where once you start upgrading parts, you need to check that everything works together. You know, RAM sticks are usually the thing that does work together. Okay, the breathing is in. I mean, I can't even like tilt my head enough to like have it tracked up that high on the Y. How far does it go up? It does go all the way up. Well, I had to like really force it. Wait. Oh, my transition on that is a bit weird now. Corners. That feels correct. Like, that's about as correct as can be. Was it just because once I start lowering my shit even a little bit, it starts to like pull back really quickly? It's just a little weird when it's like not quite up to the point where it needs to start masking it. Oh wait, no, I think I do know where the problem is. The problem's actually what, here? Was it? No. What? Wait. I'm not able to recreate what I'm having a problem with, which is the main problem here. Well, let me just... Oh, here. So the X... When the X isn't very high, but the Y is basically capped. So when the X is at about 10... Oh... Alright, because I use physics upwards. I don't know how much that is. I don't know how much it is. Oh, that's that makes it even more awkward to chase. Anything else that I forgot about? Well, apart from the brow, because I still don't really know what the brow's doing. Yeah, I still don't have the slightest idea what the brow is actually doing. And the brow starts moving around on its own a lot. But the tracking gets a bit weird. I feel like that looks really weird. So I really don't want to mess with the brows too much. I'd rather just move them with the mouth form so that it links with the expression. Oh, this is the final touch-up, so it was already essentially in a complete state. Well, it was in a complete state bar debriefing as the major component. I mean, the real question still is, what do I want to do with this right arm, which is resting against the body very aggressively? Like, do I want to actually let it move a bit more or not? Because if I need to have a swing more, it needs to probably swing with a different pendulum than the left arm. Still also getting used to the mouth changing forms, or changing input, was it, when the voice input is picked up. It's like kind of weird. I don't know if I should change my own personal model to use this as well. I mean, if I want to mess with my own model, I need to move a lot of things around, because I need to basically convert 90% of it into blend shapes to reduce the bloat in that file. Actually, I'm kind of curious. Let me just check something. Where is here? Is this it? Alright, here's a fun fact. This model, the CMO file, is actually larger than my personal model. That is interesting, considering that it's just a, I don't know if it's just a bigger file, but I feel like it definitely loads and moves faster inside Live2D. So it's not an actual file bloat, it's like a memory usage resource hog when it's trying to calculate everything. And I think the blend shape calculation is probably cheaper than the 7 different deformer calculation that my personal model is doing. Is this file actually bigger? Hold on, how big is this model? Oh, let me just look at the art files. Let's see, you are... Do I have dimensions here? I don't. Can't just look straight at dimensions, that's unfortunate. Can I look at the PSD? Does the PSD show me dimensions? It doesn't. That's 21.9. What is my model? How big is this? 21.8. They're not actually that different. It's probably got more shit in it in terms of the blend shapes and all the extra little bits it basically has. But the actual process of working with the file is like way smoother. Like, it doesn't complain constantly. Wait, is my... Hold up. Oh no, okay, it doesn't have... do I need to give the mask extended interpolation? Maybe. You know what, let's do that. Yeah, that's gonna break anything. That'll be fine. It's usually like this part really lags, so I'm just dragging it around. It's actually like performing pretty well. Okay, what else is there? Where is the head shape? Does this have a... So can add one more small detail here, which is if the actual... do I need to just put this into a separate deformer? I want to attach it to the mouth open, but I don't want to line it up with everything else. Okay, that's fine. This is literally just like one extra deformer out of many. It's really not a problem. Mouth open. Basically, what we wanted to do is when mouth open to go now. The problem is that all of these basically do that as well. So what I think I'm going to... Did I pull this incorrectly? I might have. So I'm just going to take this, and I'm also going to give this all of these. Paint that here. Paint that here as well, but reduce it. I probably want this amount here. Do I want the full amount here? Probably do. So we'll give this the full amount. And we'll give this full amount. So what this does is basically gives a little bit of jaw motion as the head moves. I've done this a couple of times. It's really a minuscule touch that, unless you're really paying attention, you don't notice it. Alright, what else is there? I mean, it's really just a matter of do I want to play with the physics. I mean, the ones that I feel is the most outrageous is probably these three. Should probably let the skirt just fly. And I'm also going to just, because at this point I may as well, make sure that the back is just like attached to the front, so that it's just never a problem. It's just kind of annoying when it sticks itself out. So we'll just go ahead and remove the mesh here, and we're just gonna go ahead and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're gonna go like that. We're going to glue you down. What this should do is force the glue here. If I make this red, it should force it so that the back part can't stick out, no matter how wildly it swings. Basically, it gets like yanked backwards and it can't swing out. We'll have to do it to the other side as well. That's not really a problem. We'll just remove like this general area of the mesh, the most egregious part of it sticking out. Where we're going to go ahead and just bind this together. And then we need to tell it to hard glue onto red. And that should prevent the back from slipping out. It's still slipping out. Why is it slipping out though? It's actually happening to the back piece. What I probably should find out. Ah. Right. Ah, that means I need to just force it down. That's fine. That is fine. Yeah, we'll just force it down completely. So what should happen is that these should just be able to be bound down. And if I get the glue to then hard go against the red. Okay, yeah, that kind of works. I just don't know if that will affect the Y in a bad way. Yes or not, because it's kind of doing the same motion on both sides. Alright, probably being a little heavy-headed with that, but whatever. Let's make sure it's all connected. What the fuck? Why is that not connected? Let's just put it up here. Where is the mesh open? I don't know where the... No, now the mesh is not open. What? Oh, is it? Oh, I've mirrored everything on. That's why. Alright, just cancel this. Cancel everything. Turn mirror editing off. This is actually causing a problem. Then... That's why we have all these weird itself mesh out here. Just get rid of like everything here. So go from like here into like, I don't know, here or somewhere. Bind it all together. I mean, there's still like some extra mesh points here that I just don't think are needed, but whatever. If it gets the job done and doesn't affect anything, it's fine. Then we want to hard pin this to the red. And in theory, that should make it so that the physics can kind of aggressively flow without causing problems. Okay. Oh yeah, I couldn't get this to behave with that part. The jacket looks a little stiff, but I think that was because I couldn't get to behave correctly on certain angles. That's kind of the problem with doing literally everything in clean shape. They will just blend together, and some things aren't doing the correct thing. See anything else I need to do. Actually, wait, that exists, right? Because, I just turned it off, didn't I? Or not? So I totally have a motion for that in the... Yeah, I do. Oh, why? Because I had them locked into here. Z side and Z and what's wrong with these? They just... Oh right, they kind of looked a little weird at certain angles. Because it looks fine at these angles, it just starts feeling a bit weird with the body is turning with it. Where the whole thing like straightens out for some reason. Was this because I've kind of done this poorly? Hold on. No, it's just because I've done it poorly. That's kind of what's supposed to do though, at this angle. Because it ends up leaning back against the body. Maybe I'll just punch it out with the physics attached to that part. So I'm about to do something about the hair, because it just kind of bounces all together right now. I don't know how much I like that. Some is mostly fine. Thought I should like let some parts swing more. Namely the spot. Which already... How do I shorten this? Doesn't really do anything. What if I increase these? There's no inward-outward physics. There should really be some inward-outward physics, but that's like a bit of a miss once everything else is moving with it. I feel like it's actually fine for the most part. It's mostly like what's actually happening in practice that's actually a problem. Alright, I think we'll officially call this done here. We'll pump it out one more time and dump it into the appropriate spot. Alright, it's a little bit earlier, but I'm gonna finish up here for today, because one, I need to get the showcase video out for tomorrow. Because it is the Lunar New Year tomorrow. Also, the outfit drafting video is like in its last legs, and I really need to push it out. So I'd like to work on that for the remainder of the night. Alright, but anyways, as for tomorrow, I'm like cutting it a little close towards Valentine's. I'm just like looking at the date. I am admittedly a little bit tired recently. I don't know, just something that's changed with how I've been going about my life a bit more recently. Or just the fact that I push myself to do streams like 6 times a week while doing other things as well on top of that. I do them pretty late into the day, so it's also a matter of like how effective the caffeine was that day, along with what else I did during the day. It'll be the usual. If there's a stream, there's a stream. If there's no stream, there's no stream. Because if I can push out the current video, I need to start scripting the next one pretty much immediately. I want to keep like even some schedule, because I've already broken the very lofty New Year's resolution of monthly videos. Because this has taken me a lot longer to put together than I thought it would. I mean, I'll admit that I didn't work on it too much throughout December. You know, I started drafting it in November. That's pretty much taken me the whole month to like record, re-record all of the script parts, and then to do all the editing in the way that I would like to present it, which honestly it's not super refined because I'm not particularly proficient or knowledgeable about video editing, but I think I have at least how it is right now presented in a way that is consumable and it's not messy at the very least. It presents information in a way that I believe would be at least somewhat easy to digest, even if it's a little bit fast. But unfortunately, it has been very well proven on YouTube that you have to jump from topic to topic very aggressively, no matter what kind of video you're doing. So it's a little bit faster than I think I'd like it, and I have very consciously adjusted it to do that. So I'm gonna go work on that along with actually making a showcase video and throwing it together. It'll probably be, once again, just a YouTube short, because I don't really see the reason to make a full video for a showcase that's less than a minute long. Alright, so anyways, thank you very much for watching today's session of Live2D rigging touch-ups. I'll continue along with the Valentine's art piece next time. Whether the stream happens tomorrow is, well, if it gets scheduled, it happens. If it doesn't get scheduled, it doesn't happen. That's basically just how it's going to be for the weekend, just like usual. So, either way, if you want to see more of that, I'll let the very least happen next week, so you can subscribe or follow for that. Leave a like because it helps me out, and I'll see you all next time.